What's going on YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I know a lot of people always come in my stream or they comment on YouTube, when is X unit coming out? What's coming out this month? What do you think's coming out this week? Well, we're going to use the JP schedule and what we think's coming and preview it today, and we know it's October, so things are going to get a little bit spooky. Let's get into it. Before we get started with this video, I do need to say it is sponsored by Amazon Coins. Amazon Coins are a great way for you guys to save up to 20% on your Lapis and bundle purchases inside of FFBE. You guys know I've been using Amazon Coins for almost 2 years now, so I can back them up fully and say it is the best way to get your Lapis. You just need to download the Amazon App Store on your Android device or Android emulator. From there, download the FFBE game just like you normally would. And then you can buy the Amazon coins from Amazon at a discount up to 20%, and then use those to buy, bundles or Lapis, etc. inside of the game. And this is, again, the best way you can get the most discounts. I use it every single time I pull, I buy Lapis, I buy bundles, I use Amazon coins. And if that interests you, click the link in the description below to get started today. Now let's get on with the rest of the video. So, like I said earlier at the beginning of the video, I am going to do my best to go ahead and predict what's coming out to help you guys know what you may be looking forward to in October, what you can save your Lapis for, and kind of just get you excited for the things that may be coming to us in Global. Again, Global and JP are much different than each other. They've had things come out way early, way late. We're used to that, aren't we? And, just different things pop up like Global exclusives. But I'm going to do my best to give you guys what's coming out. We have this normal thing happening where we have like a raid, a King Mage, we have a story event, then we either have some kind of wave battle, maybe double raid. Normally it's a collab kind of thing going on. So I'm going to do my best to guess with those and tell you a little bit about each of the, premium characters on each of those banners, and just give you guys some insight on what may be coming out in the future. So if you don't want to hear any of that, it probably is time to leave the video and just be surprised when the news comes out in FFBE. So first up, we're going to talk about the King Mage event, which normally leads to a CG unit. That's how it's going to be now, and it's normally around, if the CG unit isn't the like a main story character or a story character, it is going to be a Final Fantasy hero, and this time around it's going to be CG Terra, along with Locke is going to be the 5-star base on the banner. So let's give them a look. So first off, we're going to take a look at Magitek Warrior Terra, or CG Terra, that came out in JP. I know she's going to be a fan favorite. She's obviously a great looking unit. The sprites, again, just continue to get more advanced, very nice looking. I mean, they've always been good looking, but they get better. And then she is also going to have that CG animation. As you can see here, her chain family is going to be Chaos Wave. Her TMR is going to be a sword, attack 87, magic 135. So not only is it great for magic damage dealers, but it could be great for maybe a hybrid damage dealer, because it also has the passive of increased magic 20%. So it's going to add a little bit more to that magic side of the damage. And then her STMR is going to be a materia, increased magic 80% when you have a sword on, along with decreased MP use 10%. And that's going to become more and more important as units just start quad casting, pentacasting. I don't know if it goes higher than that. I haven't really looked into it, but when that happens. So a very nice STMR here, and it really helps because I know a lot of people maybe want to dual wield rods or something on a magic damage dealer when they're using true dual wield magic. But maybe you can throw a sword on there like Magitek Warrior's Terra's sword, and it can really help out in one of those builds as long as they can have a sword on. Now, not all magic dealers can do that. Speaking of her damage, it was really high up there when it came out in JP. Now, I do expect a lot of these units we talk about to get global upgrades. They've been doing it all the time through. That's to keep things spicy for global, to maybe entice us to pull a little bit more. She does have 3 elements she covers, I do believe. Let's look down here. I think they're light, fire, and wind. Yeah, light, fire, and wind. She's going to Chaos Wave chain those. She has permanent triple cast with really easy quad cast to unlock and keep up, and she also can do non-elemental, similar to her other form in Terra. She's really easy to build when it comes to elemental resist, but she is quite squishy, and that's going to be her downfall here with the unit. So overall, I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to her. That's just a little sneak preview and what I think is coming for the King Mage event. Let's look at the other 5-star base on the banner, Locke. Treasure Hunter Locke is the other 5-star base on the banner, going to be a water damage dealer breaker, but I think really shines as a breaker. His damage is okay, but I don't think you're really looking to take 2 Treasure Hunter Locks into battle unless you really love Locke, and I know a lot of you guys out there do. So he's going to be much more of a breaker breaker. He has some nice breaks, 60%. Again, I do believe there's going to be a little bit of, buffing when it comes to him. He has Stardust Ray chaining, but the big part about him, he does have the 70% break here. He has a nice little bit of a, like, auto revive 1% HP for 3 turns to all allies except for himself. So this is like an uh-oh button that you can have on your breaker, which is really nice with the AoE revive. It doesn't touch him, but, it gets everybody else. But the big thing is he does have this nice big attack, decrease water resist to 120%, like I said, water-based, decrease attack, magic, and defense and spirit 84%. So that's going to allow him to do big breaking, right? 84% is a crap ton. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there probably already have breakers, so why would you go after Locke? Besides that, making him special, and he can also, he could serve as your damage dealer. I don't think he's going to be as big as the other damage dealers you already have, while also being your breaker. He has an amazing STMR that we have to talk about here. His TMR is and materia, increase attack 60% when equipped with a dagger, and increase resist to charm by 100%. This is great to throw in somebody that in a trial really needs that charm resist. You don't have time to put it up with somebody else. But kind of other than that, kind of lackluster. I think more directed towards dagger users, and we don't really have that many except for Locke here. Then we have the STMR dagger, which is going to be the great thing here. Attack 165, has a 50% chance to put things to sleep, which is pretty cool. But this is the big one here. Increase physical evasion 30% on a dagger, and most tanks can put that dagger on and then increase magic evasion by 20%. Some of the things people don't realize that with physical evasion, it can stack up. You can build it up to 100%. I know you guys have been doing that, but magic evasion does not stack up. So that's the difference between physical and magical. So I know people are gonna look at this and be like, oh my god, I could build my magic cover tank to be a completely magic evade. Sadly, they do not allow us to do that in the game. But with this dagger right here, you pair it with something like, I know it's an STMR, Kaito's STMR, that's a 60% there with both of them combined. Dodge roll, that's 80%. And then if they have any kind of physical evade already, bada bing, bada boom. And also this is a dagger, so if you're looking at maybe your damage dealer, you want to dodge a little bit, they already have an 8 dodge, and this dagger has a nice hefty 165 attack. Maybe on a true dual wielder you slap it on, who knows? But I do believe I like it a lot on physical damage tanks. So the physical tanks taking the damage from physical, I like it a lot, and it's something I really want to look forward to trying to get on this banner. So overall, you have 2 damage dealers, one being more of a breaker and treasure hunter Locke, excuse me, and then a CG Terra is going to be a pretty good damage dealer. I do believe since Soul got buffed and Kimono Fina being out and all these buffs, all these mages, she is going to get a little bit of buffed up, and she should be able to match those damage dealers with the problem of being squishy. Now let's move on to what I do believe the story event's going to be. So with the story event, I do believe we're going to be getting, and I hope I say this name right, Physalis, who is an amazing character in the story. If you don't know her, if you've been skipping the story, I just want you to know, I think a lot of people may pull for her just because of how cool and how much of an awesome character she is inside the story. Great design, has the little Moogle behind her, helping her out, and she's going to be a sniper. She has a sniper rifle. She's going to be a gun type unit, and she's going to be a true double-handed, do you believe? Let me see what I wrote down here, actually. Yeah, true dual wield, it says damage unit. With, I guess, double guns, baby, she's going in. Yeah, she does increase attack 50% when dual wielding, so she's going to be a true dual wield unit. Looking at her overall damage, though, it is lacking compared to other units. However, who knows? Again, when I say these damage comparisons with these early previews, we have no idea what they're going to do globally to these units to make it enticing for us to pull, rather than just be like, she is super cute, she's super awesome in the story, has a Moogle behind her, I want her. Besides that, there has to be something else. The TMR is going to be increase attack 50% when equipped with a gun, and then increase equipment attack 25% when dual wielding. So that's going to be true dual wield 25%. So if you have a gun, you're true dual wielding, that's the option for you. It's really weird that she's a true dual wield unit when she's got like a sniper rifle. Isn't that weird? The STMR is a gun. It's a 174 attack. It looks like apparently it's a one-hander. Increase equipment attack 50% when dual wielding, so it has the true dual wield on there 50%. So that's something you guys can look forward to. That's going to be the story unit. We do have 2 other units, obviously, on the banner. Story, we normally have a 3-star and a 4-star base. I do believe the 4-star base is going to have a nice spear. So if you're looking for it to be a spear wielder, maybe something like Roberta, it's going to have like a nice, I think it's like 30% attack. It's a materia, and then 40% when holding a spear. So that's something you may look forward to if you're looking into that. But that's going to be it for the story event. Nothing too flashy as far as meta changing, but this is a very, I think a lot of people enjoy this unit, and that's a little breakdown on her. So for the raid event, we normally have a collaboration with some other game, and right now we have Kingdom Hearts going on, but I do believe this time it has to come out eventually. We're going to get the Final Fantasy V event that was also a raid. So this wasn't a CG event. They didn't get Final Fantasy V the CG treatment, and we have a little Moogle behind her. We have Warrior of Light like Krill. Going to be a magic damage dealer. This banner right here that we're talking about for Final Fantasy V for that raid will have 3 5-star bases on it. So get prepared for that. There is one very, very good 5-star base on the banner that you guys can look forward to that we'll talk about in a minute. It's going to be a physical tank. Ooh. But this is, we have a mage here, not the most damage in the world. TMR is going to be increased magic 50%, recover 5% MP per turn, so that's great. Give more MP back when we're quad casting again and all that kind of good stuff. And then we have an STMR hat, which is actually really decent. MP 100, defense 32, magic 60, spirit 32, and then you resist paralyzed when you have it on. So I think it's a very good hat to be looking for mages, although you probably have hats that are close to it. I mean, you don't get that nice other stat stick boost on most of the hats out there or the paralyzed resist, but I mean, it will be very useful if you end up accidentally pulling 4 of Warrior of Light Krill. But I don't think you're really looking for. She looks awesome. She does some damage, but she's not really a powerhouse when it comes to damage. And with the CG Terra coming out in the same month, I do believe, and I think CG Dark Fina will be coming out the next month. I don't think you're really spinning your Lapis here, but that's really going to be up to you. Next up on the banner, we have another 5-star base mage. We have Dark Mage X-Death, and he's looking real nice. They did a real nice job on the sprite there. Accessory is defense 6, magic 52 on an accessory. Elemental resist dark 30% and increase magic 10%. That is a high magic stat when it comes to people who can build out their units with true double hand magic or true dual wield magic. Very, very nice there, with the added benefit of having, 10% magic. I know it seems like it doesn't add up a lot, but when I was building Riku, when I was building Sora, that extra 10% literally helped me hit that 400%. Without going over on a lot of the items I had out there. So it actually comes in handy. And then dark resist, obviously, if you're fighting a dark monster, that's going to be great for you. Dark attacker monster. STMR is going to be a materia. You get 60% magic, and you get a bunch of magic killers. Humans, insects, plants. I think this is an amazing STMR when it comes to that, because you're not missing out too much on the magic set. Obviously, 60%. Anybody can put it on. You don't have to have a sword on. You don't have to have a rod on. You don't have to have something else weird on. And you get all of these nice killer abilities with that stat stick behind it with the 60% magic. So it's pretty cool. As far as Dark Mage X-Death, again, just another magic damage dealer unit that we're going to be force-fed for the next couple of months. And then we already had some in the past, right? With Christine getting buffed too. I know a lot of people out there may be maged out a little bit, and this is where it's going to really hit. He's not lacking in damage too much. But again, I do believe they're going to really focus on getting you guys CG Terra, and then also CG Dark Fina, which should be coming out soon, which maybe starts Summon Fest, will be coming, and she will be absolutely blowing these people out of the water for sure. So that's why I think these mages are a little bit, but if you love X-Death, have at him. And believe it or not, Warrior of Dawn Galoof is the man of the banner, the 5-star base physical tank. Who would have guessed Galoof would have been the top unit out of all the ones I just listed, but he is absolute. When he comes out, best physical tank in the game. Sieghard, step down. This guy's taking the spot. The only person that comes out eventually that people may want to save for if they're okay with their physical tank will be Warrior of Light CG form, and they both rival each other. They're both very good. They both have a lot of good things. Let me grab my paper here so I can talk about my man here, Warrior of Dawn Galoof. Let's look at his TMR and STMR. The TMR is a sword, attack 130, defense 30. Now you can see that it has a high attack stat, but it also has nice tank passives. Defense 30, HP 20%, increase HP 20%. Let's just read the same thing off twice. It's only HP 20%, but you get defense 30, HP 20% on a weapon. Then you can item world that bad boy. That's going to be a nice tank sword that you guys can have, and that's just the TMR. Speaking of the STMR, we have increased defense and HP 40% and increased fire and light resist 50%. Awesome. I have a thing for defensive STMRs. I mean, every fight I get into, I'm trying to stack as much element as I can, as much defensive stats as I can. So when I see these things, I feel they're so versatile compared to, like, maybe looking at some of the other STMRs we looked at where it really increases your power and attack, but these things let you stay alive and go on any unit. Any unit can put this on. Even your damage dealers put this on and live a little bit better. So that's why I like it. But let's talk about why this guy is a guy you need to be looking out for this month. So he's going to have 80% draw attack into his kit, so you only need to find 20% more. That's 100%. And even at 80%, sometimes you can leave it alone and just kind of let it ride. Another thing about him is he's going to be super tanky, guys. He has massive stats when it comes to that passives. He's going to have Kingsglaive Chaining Family, if that interests you. He has nice mitigation for everybody when it comes to that 40%, so it's going to be the mitigation that goes over everything else. He does have a Light in Peril, as you can see here, and a Fire in Peril, so he's kind of built around those teams if you would like. But this guy right here is the tank extraordinaire. He can take it. He can give it. He is very, very good for your team. theme. Again, the next thing you're going to be looking for is CG Warrior of Light, and we'll get in more to him. Obviously, you know I'm going to love him. I just don't really care for Galoof too much, which is why I went for Olberic myself. Olberic is way worse than Galoof by far, but I think I'll save for CG Warrior of Light because he should be UOCable even if we get the exact changes from the Summon Fest that JP got. Warrior of Light stood out. The CG Warrior of Light was able to be UOC'd, so that's why I'll wait on that. But if you guys can't wait, get your hands on this guy, and I think he might be coming this month. So now we have to talk about the collaboration event. So we've already talked about a raid, so it's really weird. We've had double raids before in the past, so it would be the Final Fantasy V, I do believe, with another raid or a wave battle or some kind of weird event. You know how they like to make them sometimes where they're like raid King Mog mixed together? That could be what's coming with Halloween, and we don't know if we're going to be getting new units like Lilith was with our last Halloween event. I really hope we don't. It sounds weird, but I love seeing our old units or FFBE units be transformed into a Halloween type unit. It really excites me. It's familiar, but at the same time, that's what makes the Halloween events for me. Like even in other games or pictures and things like that, I love to see my favorite characters kind of dressed up in a holiday theme, and Halloween being my favorite holiday, really close to Christmas, but I don't know what we're going to be getting. So we may be seeing the return of the other old Halloween units, as we've been seeing that through the different events, holiday events recently in Global, so that could be cool if you guys are out there looking for those units, maybe another shot at them. The other collab that could possibly be happening, but it just doesn't seem like it could fit, is the Dragon Quest collab that came out, Dragon Quest 11 that came out in JP. It just doesn't seem like there's enough room this month with everything being crowded in, and that banner was absolutely wild. That collab, I mean, we actually ended up getting, let me show you guys this real quick. So this collab came out not too long ago in JP, and that's the reason why I feel like it has to come to Global in October, because they don't get that much time licensing, so it either comes out in October or it's way off down the line, right? Because recently they come out with something in JP, they switch it over to Global. That's what happened with Kingdom Hearts, so I'm thinking it has to come to Global soon, or, like I said, it could be like one of the old collabs where literally you don't see it again for a long time. But you can see here, finally, we get actual characters from the Dragon Quest. Instead of just being monsters or bad guys, you can see at the bottom here, kind of a little bit of a spoiler, we do have the main characters from Dragon Quest 11. We do have two main bad guys up the top, two 5-star bases with a 4-star base there, and then we have 4 5-star base heroes. They're like, it's literally, what is it, 7 units, and then on top of that, all of them are attackers besides one. Okay, so here, her. So again, rolling with the normal theme, collaborations, bringing those attackers. But they had some cool thing going on where you guys could use a key in JP, I think, and get one of the units at random or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but that's something how the key event works. I can't read Japanese, but I'm just giving you guys a preview on this. I do believe this was its own kind of banner thing, and this was as well. But a lot of people out there love Dragon Quest 11, myself included. This game was awesome. Really made me feel my JRPG roots in this game. And to see them actually come into the game is extraordinary. However, again, it really comes down to, do you really want to be pulling another damage dealer unless you really love Dragon Quest 11? I may pull for him. He's like my favorite, but I don't know, with 4 of them on the banner, what are we gonna do? And if this is something that comes out into Global this month in October, there's like no way, right? There's no way. We are already just sucked dry of our Lapis coming in from the Katy Perry stuff that you guys loved, to the Kingdom Hearts, coming into I keep wanting to say Terra, CG Terra, into, I know a lot of people are going to be searching for that Lock STMR, and then Galoof, and then Halloween, and then you're going to try to fit Dragon Quest in there. That's why I think it's a kind of a long shot, but it could be. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I gave a little bit of thoughts. Give me some constructive criticism in the comments if I did something you didn't like, or maybe I should talk about something a little bit more. I try to really focus on fan favorites, and obviously we'll go over them much more in depth if they end up coming out in FFBE Global soon. And I want to thank Amazon again for sponsoring this video. Amazon coins are a great way again to save when you buy Lapis. Click the link in the description below for more information. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you think I'm right or if you think I'm wrong. Subscribe for future content. Click that bell. That gives you guys notifications so you don't miss my videos, so you guys can check them out. Follow me on Twitter so you guys can interact with me on my daily life. I show pictures and stuff like that. And then follow me on Twitch, where we have our awesome Twitch streams and have a lot of fun discussing these units and doing a lot of the fights. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.